Cheers to Fat Fcuks.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, so look.
All right.
This is a new show. I'm taking a pivot. Normally, I'm into a lot of music,
Yeah.
fashion, but I love to. Like, I really love to eat. Actually, back in 2016,
Yep.
the owner of Milk and Honey at the time.
Yeah.
Listen, if you haven't been to Milk and Honey, especially back then.
Yeah. You missed it.
Oh!
It was a time.
It was a time was had.
5-hour waits, literally.
Listen, we gonna go hit it up. I worked there. I used to work there. Yeah, I used to work there. Like, they gave me an opportunity. That's why I really wanted to talk to you. They gave me an opportunity. With this music, I don't know why people think, like, when you're in the music business that you just have all this money and all this. No, really, a person with a 9-to-5 probably making a little couple dollars and, until...
It's gotta look like music.
Right. So, I need this job. And, hey, I ain't know nothing about, the food business. Listen, they put me through the spring. And look, I'm no punk, right? But I'm very emotional. So I'm gonna get into
your feelings.
I was in my feelings a lot, right? So basically, it was like I never seen it before. When I say it was like, we're talking about
early. We open at 8. Prep will be there at 6. So
they will literally beat me to a parking spot.
Yeah.
Y'all hang.
Yeah. Like, for sure.
On like the food was consistency. Like it was key. The food tasting the same to me is right.
Yeah.
Because if I go somewhere and I taste you, let's say Cajun fried rice,
right,
and I raise some other ones that don't work it out, they're gonna want to come.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's say your chef that day not really feeling it, not cooking it how
right.
Then it's like I don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But every day, everything tastes the same. And if you want to know how I know, because I ate it every day. Especially the Cajun chicken and rice.
Yeah.
I think I got rolled up before because I ate so much.
Yeah.
But Mo, she is a boss. And when I say boss, I mean like, I know a couple of like heavyweights, but she is one of them.
I appreciate it.
Can you please like let them know and also explain how you got into the business and
Yeah. Well, I hate this part of it because I don't like to brag on myself. But I don't like to do it. But I got into the business when I was a teenager, honestly. I didn't know where it was going, but I got into it as a teenager. I started bartending at 18. I was just thrown into it. I started out as a server at this big old club in Milwaukee called The Matrix. They had turned a grocery store into a nightclub.
So you're from
Milwaukee, yeah. Born and raised in Milwaukee.
Do y'all hear the little, because she always talk about my accent.
I don't think Milwaukeeans have an accent.
No.
We don't really I don't talk like how they do, but I'm not, I don't talk like Milwaukee. They, what up, folks? I can't even talk.
So how do you say like dog?
Dog.
Yes, it does.
You say who? Doug? Yeah. Well, we're definitely, there's no you in that. It's a dog. Like, what are you talking about?
It's a dog.
It's a dog. No.
Say two.
Two. No, that's not how you say it.
Two.
True. You hear that? The true. That's the.
I'm sorry.
It's two. True.
All right, say it again.
Two. You can't do it. True. You do that. I don't know where y'all get that from. It's two. Two.
I feel like I'm saying. I feel like I'm saying the same thing.
You're not. You're saying true and two. But anyway.
Yeah, that's good.
Born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Started working when I was 13. So not in this industry, but my first job was a caddy. I was carrying people's golf clubs, getting up, being there for the first round of golf at 6 a.m. at a country club. And at 13, I worked round the golf might take 2.5 hours depending, right? Get there at 6. I'm done by 8:30. And at the end, these people would pay me like $160 or something like with tips. Now, mind you, it's 1993. I'm 13 years old.
So
To make, listen, I was $100 and something in 2 hours in 1993. Like, listen, you can't tell me nothing. Then I stay for the next round, right? Like, I'm like, all right, I'm staying for another game. I'm doing overtime at 13. So now I'm staying for 2 more. I'm staying for another game. I was, maybe 90 pounds soaking wet. At 13, I was a skinny, the golf clubs are bigger than me.
Oh, my.
So they would feel bad for me. They end up carrying. I would have to ask my mom. I'm sure she does. Yeah, I'm sure she does. So we can, maybe when you edit it, we can put it insert the picture. But they felt bad for me because I'm tiny and I'm carrying these golf clubs.
Oh, man.
And so they would end up just putting it on the golf cart and carrying it themselves. So I really was just getting paid to be out there and listen to these conversations. And I really think that that's where, now hindsight, at the time, of course, I didn't know what was going on. But hindsight, looking back at that, I realized that's where the little seed was planted about business. Because more business deals are done on the golf course than anywhere else. So, and this was like a country club in a suburb of Milwaukee. So this was all rich Caucasian men. You know what I mean? So it was like, I didn't know it then, but I was listening and absorbing the information. And that was short-lived because I ended up hitting a boy with a golf club. So I got fired. So that didn't work because he called me a black bitch. So I cracked him upside his head with a putter.
Listen, we're not even getting into the vibe.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So that happened.
Yeah.
But my point is I started working at 13. And then fast forward.
Oh,
Like, I did so many things. Like, well, statute of limitations probably over on this, but I forged my baptismal certificate to get my work permit so I could work at McDonald's at 14.
Yeah. Oh, no. Should I be here?
I think it's over. I can't get in trouble for that.
Okay.
So I got my work permit at 14. Wasn't even supposed to be working at McDonald's. I would leave school, have my McDonald's uniform under my clothes. I would leave school, skip school when I was in high school to go work. Like, most people skip school, and, so I go to homeroom, check in, leave. My mom had no idea what was going on. I'd go to just crazy stuff. This is all true story, like, literally. But I was really, really smart. So I would just show up for, like, the finals or the midterm, and I would pass.
So wait. My bad. So your mom didn't know?
She had no clue till later. But she had no clue because I would hide it. I would put my McDonald's uniform underneath my, school clothes.
How long did you go with a McDonald's job until she put on that?
Man, it was like, it lasted at least a semester. I think finally, like, one of the teachers called or something. It was like Monique shows up for homeroom and checks in every day, but then she is absent for the rest of the classes. Like, what's going on?
What?
My mom asked me, like, what do you got going on? Like, so it was just, it's been crazy.
And I know she probably was like, I want to be married.
But she couldn't. I got this from her. No. The reason why I worked so hard was because I watched my mother work so hard, take care of me and my little brother. And when I turned 13, I was like, because me and my brother are 9 years apart. So when I turned age and I could work, I was like, my mom could just take care of my brother. Let me, take care of myself. Because she worked all the time. So that's where I got it from. I watched her work so much. I was like, let me do what I can do so that she don't have to work that hard. You know what I mean? She still worked that hard. And she still does to this day. Even though I have tried to retire her 10 times. And she just won't. She will not. She literally right now, no lie, my mother will be 70 years old next month. Well, in March.
Hey, Mom.
And she works 3 jobs. And retired from the county as a Christian. Like, she is crazy.
Y'all hear this, right? And then there's people, and these young kids, these YNs, they just want to go with the brand.
COVID killed it. Nobody was hurt. It's over.
It's over.
Yeah, nobody's
wants to work.
Nobody's working. But yeah, that's just really been the story of my life. But how I got into the restaurant industry is, like I said, I started bartending. I was serving. I went up there. They had a big old open house because it was a huge club. I mean, it had to hold, 10,000 people. It was huge. And they hired me as a server. And then I'll never forget because opening weekend, they had 2 Short there. And so it was packed. Like, they did probably like $150,000 the first night. Like, it was crazy. And 2 Short was there. And the owner came to me and was like, hey, you, And I'm like, me, mind you, I'm 18, again, still 90 pounds soaking wet, tiny. And like, he like, you. I'm like, me? Like, yeah, you want to bartend? I said, I guess. That's how I started in the industry right there. Went behind the bar. And anybody who knows, I didn't make these drinks that we have, but if you've had my drinks, like, I'm a mixologist for real. Like, that's really, like, I had
her drinks.
Yeah, they are.
This drink is incredible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, shout out to Jorge because
shout out to Jorge.
Did it. But that's where it started. And so, shout out to Linda too. Linda McDermott in Milwaukee, who taught me how to bartend. And the reason she did that so well was because it was busy. And I was trying to, mind you, I've never bartended, right? So I'm 18. I've just started even having a drink. You know what I mean? Like probably a year.
So good.
Yes, tiny little girl is packed in here. It's thousands of people. Too Short is there. Is all this stuff going on. You know how the nightclubs were in the 90s? It's crazy. So I'm like, can you tell me how to make back then it was what, Thug Passion and this and that stuff. So I'm like, can you tell me how to make it? She was like, yeah, I'll tell you how to make it one time. I'm going to tell you the ingredients one time and don't ask me anymore. That's how I ended up mixing stuff because I didn't know what I was doing. I just pour stuff and then they come back and they be like, can you make me what you just made me? And I'm like, what I make you? I don't even know. I'm just pouring stuff together. So that started. And then by 20, I owned my first bar and it's just been from there. But I always kept it until Milk and Honey. I had probably about a year before. Until about a year before Milk and Honey, I always kept a day job too. Always. So I want people to understand. I think people think that they can just jump into something and quit their, like, don't do it. Have your stability, have your security, have your for sure check. And that doesn't mean that you don't believe in what you're doing, but be responsible though. Because being an entrepreneur is stressful as it is. You don't want to add on, where's my money going to come from? You know what I mean? And it's not easy when you first start a business. They don't all just go. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how I got into the restaurant industry. I've always been involved in hospitality ever since, 1998 in some form or fashion. I've been a business owner since I was 20 years old. So, and that just at some point, everything that happened, I went from Milwaukee to Atlanta in 2010, from Atlanta to Maryland back and forth in 2016 when Milk and Honey. And I've just always been good at the business side of it. Like, I'm not ashamed to say and have been very open on the fact that Milk and Honey wasn't even my idea. It was my former partner's idea. However, I always had a vision to take stuff further than what even the person who had it, that birthed the idea, thought about it. So, we didn't know that Milk and Honey was going to do what it did, that first location in Beltsville, you know what I mean? But it grew, and I saw it from then. When we hit those 4-hour waits, like, dang, my mind was going, we need to do another one and another one, you know what I mean?
Like, y'all had to be like, no, bro, you had to be there, like, when I say, and I said this earlier, like, they would beat me. Yeah. Like, the line was that crazy, our waits. And like I said, the food was consistent, hot, fresh. And honestly, we got them in and out of there in a quick time, quick. It wasn't like crazy 3-4 hour waits. It was in and out.
But Milk and Honey,
y'all had that whole month. I'm just going back to that time where like y'all had everybody talking about.
Yeah, everybody.
And it was even to the point where it was another Milk and Honey like in branding sound, I believe. That wasn't associated with y'all. But
and the same thing happened in Atlanta. Same thing.
Her name was so like that. Oh, they got another one. Like,
yeah.
And it's not. But
Well, go ahead.
Look, when I say you, I really think I be saying why.
You don't, but go ahead.
All right. So
there's like a R between the Y and the O.
Let's bring it back to 2020. No. All right.
Gosh.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the next.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because after Milk and Honey was, after you handled that.
Sold it. Thank the Lord. Yes.
See? You heard it commercial. Sold it.
Yeah.
So all the rumors and all that, shut it up. Came
sold it. That's right.
So that you came up with that. Before you say the name, I see it two ways. I see the Koch, and then
Go on and say it. It's crazy old accent. What?
If I was from Baltimore, I would say LaCage.
Yeah.
And man, I don't think that just sounded right because I feel like I just made Baltimore sound like we slow on.
No, I can see why you would think LaCage because listen, the name comes from Latin and Cajun. So technically, LaCage, I guess, will be right, but it didn't sound fancy enough to me. So, and not that LaCage is fancy, but I was like, let me change it a little bit. Like, so when I was going through names, I'm like, LaCage, that sounds like someplace I want to go. Like,
that's LaCage.
Right.
Like, if I say LaCage, I'm like, what the?
Yeah. That kind of sounds like a strip club or something.
You know, like, LaCage. Like, where are we going to? LaCage?
Right,
like,
exactly.
But,
no, LaCage.
You even say it, then LaCage.
Okay, see what I'm saying? Don't you feel like, yeah.
So, I know you have a meaning. See, one thing about you is, excuse me, it's always a definition, a meaning, something behind.
Yeah.
So,
it's really just a fusion. So, LaCage, after I sold Milk and Honey, I was really done being an owner operator of restaurants. I was no longer interested in owning and operating, but I do have a consulting business and I do help a lot of restaurants open and, you know, with their menus and all that type. I like the consulting piece of it, but I was done with it. So, but I did say to Jorge, actually, who made our drinks, because he's been with me since, almost 10 years too, since Milk and Honey, right? I told him, like, after Milk and Honey, if I ever open another restaurant, y'all food and culture is going to be a part of it some kind of way. And the reason that is because in the kitchen, even at Milk and Honey, they would bring food and cook their food together and eat together as a family in the kitchen. And they used to always say, Miss Mo, taste this. And their food is so good. So then fast forward, I meet my husband, so now I'm spending a lot of time. Maybe that was a little more.
I was going on. You slow walk that. My husband.
Okay. I'm married now. No, okay, listen. No.
All right.
So I meet him. I'm starting to spend a lot of time in Alabama, which is, Mobile is basically Florida. And it's close to New Orleans, so everything's Cajun down there. So the last 5 years, that's what I've been eating. And so I remembered that the food that Jorge in the kitchen would make and the food that I'm tasting down there, like, it tastes similar. So anyway, when this opportunity came up for this space, which I could not turn down because it was like and then ironically, it's right below Milk and Honey where I was, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, how can I come up with something that fuses the two together? And I was trying to think of everything, like, even fusion was actually one of the runners up for the name because I was like, that tells people what it is. And I talked to one of my mentors, Stephen Baldy, and he was like, people are going to follow you. You can create something and teach them what it is. You don't have to come up with something that tells them what it is. Right. So that's why I was like, Latin Cajun. All right, LaCage. I'm going to fuse the two together. And so, yeah, it's just a fusion. Yeah, Latin and Cajun. So I put the two.
See what I'm saying?
I put them together, and that's what we came up with. And I think even especially in this culture, in this society, in this climate, what's going on in America, like, we're not against each other, right? Like, we have to, especially the Latin community, you know what I'm saying? Like we have to Black and brown people got to get together. And so I think that it's just like, you know, that happened before this got as bad as it is now. But I'm just glad that I'm part of a brand that, you know what I'm saying, like, fuse the two together and is representative of what I, you know, believe in.
What I can say is, like, every business that you brings information with, it's like you tap into that heritage. Because I saw, like, you have, like, I screwed the name up.
That's all right.
It's like with the bodega.
Bodega, yeah.
Bodega in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's, if you can explain just a little bit, I don't want to get on subject, but it's like a concept where there's like different candies or something.
Well, that's milk and cookies. That's my son's concept.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's so many.
Milk and cookies is an exotic snack concept. My children took after me and are entrepreneurs too.
Jamie,
yeah.
Jamie. Hold on. So, you know I talked to him?
Did you? Yeah, I think you told me. Did y'all tell him? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, emotional. I hate him with the emotional.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
You probably shed a few tears, I'm sure.
I did. It's on the iPhone, you know.
Right.
But is crazy.
Yeah.
Listen.
That's what we need to be talking about. Everybody just about, what's his name now? He checked. I am Pin Game. I am Pin Game. I am Pin Game. Jamie McHale is his artist name, but his Instagram page is I am Pin Game. And y'all just go check it out. Look at him on Apple Music. And yeah. The little intro needs to be a Jamie song or something. We need a Fat Fcuks jingle. Jamie, we need a Fat Fcuks.
Hey, James, which camera? Hey, James.
We need a Fat Fcuks jingle.
Bro, I know you're about to blaze me with one. I know he is.
Yeah.
All right, so look. I'm saying all this to say, like, I feel as though Lakai is going to be even bigger than this.
Right? From your mouth to God's ears, I appreciate that. Yeah. We should always, improve, for sure.
I know for sure that, like, it's nothing but lessons coming into play, right?
Appreciate it.
And the reason why I know, and I was telling them on the way, is sometimes you get people that come in your life, right? And it's really hard to get a person, especially a stranger, to believe, truly, genuinely, don't have no hidden agendas, don't have nothing.
Nothing from you.
Just believe.
Yeah.
Till this day, I never forget that it's funny, but it's I
don't even know what you're about to say.
I know you not. But it was a situation where one of my close friends and my boss at the time, she had court.
Okay.
And
remind me, what my memory back?
I was the manager, right? All right.
Yeah.
And I had to make a decision. I think I informed you that I was going to be late.
Yeah.
I didn't inform the others.
Yeah.
Right? In that very moment, your words were solid because you defended me, right? And at that time, the other person was more closer to me, and I felt should have been, right?
Yeah.
Than you. Mm-hmm. Which means he should have, he
knew the situation.
He knew, and he knew me more.
Right. Yeah.
But
because you're right, I did meet you through this person. So
right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But you gave me so much grace, right, Mom? You gave me grace, and like you really believe. It's something when you believe in a person, right, and you just want to see them do good. And I just remember that day you were telling like it's okay. It's okay. Chill. It's okay. Your favorite word is chill.
Yeah, chill. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down.
And I was so used to that type of feedback because in the industry it's always and so I was used to that. So when I finally saw somebody take up for me and really been solid, and I can go on and on with a lot of ways you've been there for me. I'm never going to downplay nothing. Right?
Yeah.
It's solid.
Appreciate it.
God got you.
Yeah.
Because you done stuff for me that I can't even repay you yet. You know?
Yeah.
And I thank you, but you're gonna get it back.
Yeah.
You're genuinely like you're so like you meet people that you be like, I don't know, are they cool?
Right.
What's the motive? But with you have no motive. You're a multi-millionaire. So what you want from you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
what do you want to get?
But even when I wasn't, you got to think. Beginning of Milk and Honey, it was one location. You wasn't. I was struggling.
That's true. But at the same time, it's like. You don't look at I don't know what I want to say. It's just like it's just energy, right?
Yeah.
And I want to go off and say this. This is why I'm saying this. At life, I started this channel because since I was a kid, I knew I wanted to do something in industry, especially music, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm say that.
It's not too late.
Yeah, no. We're gonna leave that to change, right? But all these years, I was playing the background, and I felt as though the position that I had my success depended on another individual, right?
Yeah.
So I would always get to a certain level where I could see success, part of it, but it wasn't like that big.
Right.
You know, and I know people like, so, what is it? Because a lot of people probably look at me and be like, I think you are.
You're good. Yeah, yeah.
But the ones that's in me, we're not the same. We're going to be one. But I'm saying this to say, when you're there and God strips you of everything, right? And you're in a storm.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in the storm, especially people like us, God make it where you still look good, feel good, you know.
That's a gift and a curse, though.
It is.
Man, that's so, because you make it look so easy.
I say color purple.
Right.
What's the name? Color purple.
Yeah. Sealy.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that bad. Like, and I'm still in it, but the way God, like, really is, like, over my life, I can feel his presence. I can feel it. And one of my close friends at one time, I met his mom, right? And his mom, she was like, yeah, my son about to go overseas, be a basketball player. Because my cousin, she's like in sports things, you know, so he's good.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, you so short. And that's her trying to be his daughter. Like, you know, you can't, to me, I feel like you think you've been trying to dictate your child like so much that you got it all planned out. Every time, definitely, like God, you're not that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Long story short, he's not.
Yeah, I laugh at your plans every time. Yeah.
Yo, this is how I know this is alignment, right? This is how I know this is alignment. Let me tell you what you just said, right? You said, God manifest your plans.
Yeah.
I had it in my notes to say this. If you ever wanted to tell God, because if you ever wanted to make God,
tell me about
I'm gonna say this. You know this. I'm a visionary.
The man had a treatment for this interview. What? Who does a complete treatment? Like, we shouldn't have music. We gonna have to do a Diddy Bop or something at the end of this because the treatment got the light. I mean, this is a bit. I wish I could see. I got it. Like, this is a whole production for it. Like, we could have just set up the phone. But this is true to form to you. And not to interrupt you, but I'm going to give you your flowers right now because I have told you this from the time I met you. You're right, I didn't know you. But you were doing promotion for the restaurant. You had never managed a restaurant, but you had to jump in there with, you know, we're not going to talk about that, but it wasn't the best situation. And the person was not kind and not, you know what I'm saying? So it was not, you know, a good situation. However, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you weathered, you know, you handled it. But I used to tell you back then, like, you have a gift. I used to tell you that, like, you have something. Right? Yeah, like you have some, and I didn't know what it was at the time. You know, I was just meeting you. I didn't know you. Right. I told you have something. You have a gift to engage people. I used to watch you at the tables. I used to watch you promote in the restaurant. You have ability to sell something that, especially if you believe in it, like, even if you don't believe in it, because I done seen you. You had a couple artists I know you really rock with for real. But I know it. But you know, from the outside looking in, they would think that you think that they the best thing since sliced bread. like you have negotiated something. I don't know, you might still have the same situation. What kind of car you drive? But you had something with Benz at the time. And like you said, you was an ambassador. How did this dude get... This nigga pulling up in a different... We've used your car in Jamin's videos. Like, different wheels. Like, different wheels. How is he doing this?
No lie. That was crazy.
That was the craziest thing I've heard. Make me an ambassador of Mercedes-Benz. Let me dang on drive a dang. I was like, how is he doing this? But that just ties back to what you just were saying. We make it look so easy. That's God's favor. He has favor in your life. Like, you have something. Even the situation, this is going to be like a 3-part series, but even with the situation with you and my son, I wanted to be so upset with you. But there's something on you. You know what I'm saying? So when you call and you apologize, I will give that to you. You have also the ability, a lot of people don't do this, to check yourself and say, listen, that wasn't the best presentation of myself, and that wasn't, that wasn't cool, because I knew, you was coming from a genuine place. So my point is, because of all that, you're gonna be blessed. This is gonna be blessed. You're gonna impact people because your intention is pure. It's not because you want to get nothing from it. Just like what you said about me. Even then, yeah, I made a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying, since then. However, I ain't had nothing going on then. But you can never tell me that. I knew in Milwaukee that I was going to be a millionaire. I didn't know how, but I knew I was going to get out of that city. And I used to tell people, and they would look at me crazy when I would say, I'm going to make millions of dollars, and I'm not going to live here when I get older, and I'm going to get out of here. And they're like, how? How you going to do that?
Look at you now.
Yeah, yeah.
People will try to throw their own insecurities on.
For sure.
Yeah,
and limitations. You're not going to limit me. And here's this what I've also stopped doing is just even saying that like we were talking about with guys' plans. We first opened that first Milk and Honey. Our goal was to make $5,000 a week. How dare us even set something that low? But for us, we were like, dang, if we could just make $5,000 a week, we could pay the bills, we could pay a couple employees, we'd be good. We made $1.2 million in the first year out of a 40-seat cafe. Like literally.
Right, I'm telling you, they were
it's crazy. 40 seats in a little bitty trailer of a building with the craziest parking at the dumbest intersection I've ever had seen in my life. With no sign on the building.
Can we talk about that real quick? Like,
what did it say on the building?
Was
stupid.
Like, so when people be talking about, it has to be a prime location.
No, it doesn't. They're gonna come.
But let me tell you, they were parking in alleys. They were parking in other people. People were complaining. They would come to the restaurant like, hey, can you get your customers to remove?
Yes,
it's that crazy. But I'm saying that and think.
I interrupted you. It's not your fault. My bad. Go ahead.
Saying all that to say, you God has a way of humbling, right? Because here you thinking you're gonna do this, this, and this. And then with me, I used to overshare, overcare to the point, and then but when you're really like getting into you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business, everything is fancy.
Yeah.
To a point where if you don't have somebody to center you or to be like, no, that person not doing what you you're really blindsided, right?
Yeah.
That would happen to you. But another thing is a lot of people think everything that's negative has to be associated with God. And everything that's good is wrong.
Right.
When sometimes what you think is a negative is actually God testing. And putting you.
He will always use it. He uses it.
He will.
Yeah.
So that being said, Mo, when I tell you everything was taken from me in the matter of 3 days, everything. I knew it was of him. But the same God that stripped me of everything, just like that I worked all these years for, it's the same God that will replenish and put all that in me. But I feel it. I couldn't have this interview with you last night. You know why? Because it wouldn't be pure. And like you said, I'm pure,
Yeah.
So you would have saw like, that's a line.
Yeah.
Can I just come and buy something?
Right. Yeah.
And no, like it was a line, even down to getting my hair cut. My father said he wanted to cancel yesterday, but it was something about getting short. He didn't know I had a photo shoot.
Right.
It was something saying, I gotta get feet. I gotta get feet.
Yeah.
So I'm saying all this, like you don't know what's for you. God has a way of really like showing. Right?
For sure.
But what I want people to get from this channel, from this interview, is that we really are like just like this for our own ways. Like we came from
nothing.
Like
less than nothing.
You heard my story. I came from the steps in a basket, probably, on the street, and then.
I do not think Oprah left you out there like that. That is not.
And I'm playing jail too, because that's our best.
That was not her friend when she had a baby at. how old she was. And Oprah was like, you weren't even, what are we even talking about? The timeline don't even have it.
All right, I just, for some reason, they say God work in mysterious ways, right?
Yeah.
That was one of my mysterious ways.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm in this, right? But I'm gonna show you how crazy and like visionary and how my mental really is. Right now, I'm over here. I should be thinking,
Yeah, we about to have some good
we
food.
about to eat.
Yeah.
The drink's crazy. But what I'm thinking about right now is, Lord, please don't have this camera got me looking like, you remember that Biggie interview where he got the red shirt on and he said back like,
The more money you make, the more problems you get.
You're not.
I look like that.
You're not. You're
I feel like that.
You're
But
thin.
I feel like I got sleep apnea and I'm like,
Listen, we don't care about that. They gonna get the message. That's all.
hey, but that's what I'm but that's it. But
Yeah.
I really thank you.
Of
I'm
course.
sweating bullets. I'm nervous. This is my
Okay.
first show. She even approved the name. We gonna go with the Fat Fcuks.
That's right. That's it. That's the,
You know,
that's the name.
Controversy, all that.
Yeah.
Tell the way
Got me
to find
cussing. No, I don't even cuss. Got me taking a cuss. You can find me at the Monique Rose on all platforms everywhere. That's also my website, MoniqueRose.com. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything is the Monique Rose.
She got a lot of businesses.
Yeah. It's a link tree in there. You can see everything that's
Her
going on.
daughter is a dope dancer.
Yeah.
She about to be a stylist. And
Yeah, she goes to Park Atlanta. Hey, Jaden.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jaden.
Y'all need a stylist.
Bro, when I saw Jada, I said, oh,
Crazy.
true, that's
She's insane. Her clothing brand is Concrete Rose, so check her out too. Like, it's crazy. You actually need, we gotta get you some pants. Like, it's crazy. But yeah,
All right.
follow us.
So, that's it. I
What-
did
so,
it.
how you doing? So what's the end? I don't know.
I don't know.
What you gotta do at the end of the Fat Fcuks?
I don't know what should I do at the end.
You
Like,
gotta do something. That ain't it.
I don't know.
All right, episode 2. We'll have
Episode 2, we'll find.
We'll figure it out.